Hello, we're in Vietnam.
Come to Vietnam in rainy season, they said.
We're in Ho Chi Minh City after a very relaxing 10 days in Bali where we didn't really film anything, so we were relaxing there. Eat, pray, love style, but we're in Vietnam and we're about to go out on a street food after dark tour. It's crazy. It's so busy. I thought the traffic in Bali was bad, but it is another world, so we are getting used to it, but I'm very excited. We are right next to the walking street. 2 minutes from our door, it just descends into chaos, and we are very excited for the next month here. I can't believe it. Let's explore Vietnam. Right, we're late. Let's go. I'm sorry, this is a bit dorky.
We're on a very dorky tour. The guy keeps telling us to do something crazy for the pictures. I'm ready for a tequila sour.
I think I just need a drink and then I'll be ready to party.
Jumping chickens. Frog.
How is it? What's it taste?
It's good. You can shut your brain off.
Yep.
I haven't stopped laughing since this tour began.
We're in Vietnam. We arrived in Ho Chi Minh City a few days ago and we have been spending the last couple of days exploring, getting to grips with the craziness. It is so chaotic here. Obviously Vietnam has a very complicated history, the Vietnam War. The War Remnants Museum, a very sad but very informative place to go and learn about the really quite brutal history of the Vietnam War. Today we also took a trip to the Chi tunnels, which is about 2 hours outside of Ho Chi Minh City. We just booked it through our homestay here, and that is where the Viet Cong, the North Vietnam army, actually dug tunnels underground and hid underground, so we actually got to go into some of those tunnels. I was very scared. Is it dark? I do not like small spaces. I do not know how people were down there for days at a time, but it's very impressive. And there was also a gun range where you could go and shoot guns. That was where the cafe for lunch was, so it was extremely loud.
It's too loud.
Overall very, very interesting. We're now back in our homestay, which is right in the centre of town.
That's the party street. And that's where we're staying.
We're getting ready for an overnight bus tonight. We're going to Dalat to continue our month-long tour of Vietnam. First ever overnight bus. I'm very nervous. We have booked a VIP bus because we've seen a lot of YouTube videos saying that it's well worth it, and Eleanor's obviously very tall, so we'll see how we get on. So we're gonna head out, get some dinner, go see the crazy street one more time, maybe go to a rooftop bar, and then we will be packing up and heading to the bus station for midnight. Okay, it is 11 p.m. We're all packed up and ready to head to our overnight bus to Dalat. This is mad for me that we're going to be on a bus all night. I'm a little bit nervous and I have no idea how this is going to go, but let's see. An adventure!
1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're on the sleeper bus. We made it. It was about, we were meant to get on at 35 past midnight. We're let's see if I can actually sleep. We arrived in Dalat bright and early straight off the sleeper bus, but with barely any sleep. But that didn't stop us and we were determined to make the most of this beautiful town. The first stop was the infamous Crazy House.
Pretty cool.
It was unlike anything we'd ever seen before. Twisting architecture and quirky designs, it really was like stepping straight into a Dr. Seuss novel.
Lots of steps.
Then, after a quick nap to recharge, we headed to the street market to grab some pho, which honestly really hit the spot.
As our trip continues, the plastic chairs are going to get smaller and less comfortable. That's when you know the food is getting better. We've just decided that we're going to go to random different little stalls and whatever people offer us, we're just going to say yes. It's the famous Dalat street market pizza that they make. It smells delicious. What you got there? Sausage on a stick.
Sausage on a stick on a tiny little stool. Weird.
And for the final course this evening, we've got some sugary strawberries.
Heck yeah! After we had thoroughly filled up on food, we just spent the rest of the evening wandering around, checking out all the street performances. There is so much going on, from giant gorillas to dancing to singing, and once there was a song I knew, you best believe I was up there. It's our first and only full day in Dalat. So the plan for today is to head out into the outskirts and go and see some waterfalls. First we're going to go for a little bit of brunch and get my favourite egg coffee.
So we're taking an Alpine coaster down to a waterfall because walking is for losers.
Our tickets to the roller coaster. This thing's a bit mad. You get on these little cards, fly down the mountain. We're going together. That was so fun. More waterfalls should be accessible by Alpine roller coaster.
I'm so sweaty. Cute raincoat. Vietnam in rainy season, they said.
First rainstorm.
The wet bedraggled.
We've headed about 5 minutes down the road from the Dalat waterfall. The rain has eased off quite a bit now, hopefully that's the last of it for the day. We're just grabbing some food at the Scene House, and we're having some food and some coffees, and oh my goodness, the coffee is so good. I had a coffee called the Cozy Coffee, and it was like cinnamon and milk, and when it's just been raining, it was the nicest thing. Another day, another sleeper bus. We're heading from Dalat to Nha Trang. It's only like 3 to 4 hours. The vibe in Nha Trang was definitely a lot more relaxed than other places we've been in Vietnam so far. Elle took charge of the evening and booked us onto a dinner cruise on the river. It was definitely one of the more bougie, expensive experiences that we did in the whole time we were in Vietnam, but it was definitely worth it. It was a rare moment during our travels to just get a bit dressed up, have a few drinks, and just completely chill out. I feel so fancy.
This is what happens when I get left to book something. I'm not complaining.
Good morning from Nha Trang. We have come out to the beach. It's so much hotter here than Dalat. Like really warm, really humid. I thought it would be cooler because it's by the sea. It's not. But we're doing something really fun today. We are about to go on a surf lesson, my first ever surf lesson, so I'm expecting it to go poorly. If I stand up, I'll be happy. we're back in Scotland now after our travels in Vietnam. I'm just recovering from some planned surgery, and while we've been editing our footage we realised that between Nha Trang and Hoi An we don't have a whole lot to explain what went on there, and there's a very good reason for that.
Because somebody started to feel unwell right before our 12-hour overnight. We did make it to Hoi An, but it was a little bit rough, wasn't it?
It was. So we were just really in survival mode, trying to get from Nha Trang to Hoi An, and then for the most part of Hoi An I was pretty sick. We actually ended up going to the doctors about 3 days in, where I got diagnosed with dysentery. It was a little bit of a spanner in the works. I had to stay in the hotel for a little bit more than I would have liked, but Elle still managed to get out and do a bit more.
I went to the Marble Mountains. It was about a 30-minute moped ride away from Hoi An, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Very hot, very sweaty, but some really beautiful architecture and a really nice area to explore.
Another thing that we were in Hoi An for, the thing we were really excited about, was getting clothes made. Hoi An, if you didn't know, is famous for its tailoring, so that was one of our main aims, and luckily I still managed to get out to the tailors to get some clothes made. My friend's wedding was coming up, so we actually got a bridesmaid's dress made for me and a suit for you.
Yeah. As someone who's 6'1", it was really nice to get some clothes tailor-made for me.
And the ladies in the shop are really great, really lovely, but they are sneaky and they do convince you to buy more than you need, so we can't spend any more money. So we got what we went for, which was our dress and suit, but also a few other things.
Our wallet took a bit of a hit. We were also able to explore the old town. Our hotel was really close to the old town, and they rented out bicycles for free. So yeah, nice. One of the days that Sarah was feeling a wee bit better, we explored the old town by bike, and then that night we went on a lantern boat ride, which is just the thing to do in Hoi An.
So there's a colourful town.
It's giving pride.
It's giving pride. If we had a pride parade on this river, it would be lit. And then one of the tourist activities that I actually did get to do in Hoi An, that we did once I was feeling a bit better, was the coconut spinning boats. If you've researched Hoi An at all, you've probably seen them. They're basically circular old style fishing boats, and they take you out and spin you around like mad. So on the way we actually got flagged down on the road, which is kind of something that happens quite often in Vietnam. They hustle really hard. So we got flagged down, someone knew we were driving there and said like, come with me, brought us to her family. It actually turned out really nice. It was much more of a family-owned business. A lot of the tourist operators there are big groups with lots of like young men taking like 20 or 30 people around, but we actually were in a boat just ourselves with a sweet old lady.
She was like 80 years old and she was an absolute tank.
I opted out of doing the really fast spinning, and Elle went for it.
Yeah, that was really fun. It was 100k to get spun, and £3 well spent. All in all, we did enjoy Hoi An.
Yes.
If anything, it gave Sarah time to recover, and then the next stop was Phong Nha.
So, back to the video. Good morning from Phong Nha. We got on the bus at like 7:30 and got here at 3. There was a lot of stops. They changed the wheels of the bus at one point. We really had no idea what was going on basically the whole time, but we made it. I am feeling, fingers crossed, a lot better today. It's dry right now, so we're going to make the most of it because the rain will come back on because it's rainy season. We're going to get some coffee at the coffee station. We're going to go see some ducks, which I'm really excited about. If you have done any research into Vietnam, you might have seen the duck stop in Phong Nha. It looks really silly and really fun, and I cannot wait. Sad news.
Donald Trump's working today.
So the buffalo that you can also meet here, which Eleanor was really looking forward to, is unfortunately actually doing his job and working on the field, so no buffalo meeting, but we're gonna go feed the ducks and I'm really excited.